Hello, hello. Tonight I am cooking up ground bison cauliflower rice bowls. So there are several things to get ready for this recipe. Actually not a recipe, I'm just making it up on the fly. But the first thing I made is I took a half head of purple cabbage, sliced it real thin, and then I tossed in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half of a lemon, fresh squeezed lemon juice, a little bit of salt and pepper, and also some fresh chopped parsley. I tossed it all together, and this is gonna be one of the toppings for our bowls. The next thing I'm gonna get ready for our bowls is some sauteed snap peas. And the snap peas, I'm just simply gonna saute in a pan with some olive oil and then season them with some salt and pepper. For the snap peas, it's about 10 ounces of snap peas, and I just bought them in a bag at the grocery store at Trader Joe's in the produce section. So if you're looking for amount, about 10 ounces or just a little over a cup. And I'm gonna just do a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil in the pan over medium-high heat, and then some salt and pepper. All right, I just finished up the snap peas. If you're wondering how long to cook them, I did about 3 to 4 minutes because I like the snap peas still a little bit crunchy, but heated through all the way. If you cook them longer than that, then they're gonna start to get a little bit mushy. Next up, I'm gonna do the riced cauliflower in the same pan that I just sauteed the peas in. I took the peas out. And I have oil remaining in the pan. I'm gonna go ahead and add some diced red pepper. And then I have a bag of the organic riced cauliflower from Trader Joe's. I'm gonna saute those two together. So I'm gonna put the pepper in first, and then I'll add the cauliflower after that because the cauliflower really just needs to be heated through. I'll add some salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder here for seasoning. Okay, I have our riced cauliflower ready. It's here in this bowl. Couple options for keeping it warm. I have a little heat source on the back of my stovetop here, so I'm just gonna set mine back here to keep it warm as well as with the peas. But you could also just stick it in your oven on a real low temp and keep it warm until you have the rest of your fixings ready. The next thing I'm gonna do is the ground bison. I did wipe out my pan after doing the cauliflower rice. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little more olive oil. And then I also have some fresh chopped garlic as well as some green onions. Use up whatever onions you have on hand. It doesn't have to be green onions. You could use yellow onions, white onions. But I'm gonna go ahead and add the garlic and onion and then my ground bison in the pan and cook that until the bison is ground and the meat is cooked through. All right, I'm back. The ground bison is cooked. I did add some salt and pepper to it for seasoning. One thing to note, ground bison is not quite as fatty as ground beef. And so if you don't see much for grease in the pan, that's totally okay. It's just because it's a leaner meat. And I know it's cooked through, there's no pink remaining. And so it's kind of hard to stick a thermometer into ground beef, but yeah, you'll just have to eyeball it and just look for no pink in the pan. Now it's time to make our bowls. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop in some of the cauliflower rice or the rice cauliflower and red pepper mixture. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of the ground bison on top. Just gonna grab a new spoon, and then I'm gonna put some of our red cabbage with parsley, olive oil, and lemon juice. This is just to give it a little crunch and dimension on the side, a little extra flavor. And then last but not least, I'm gonna add some of our snap peas. This is what it looks like, and you can enjoy.